welcome to our last show, sponsored by Nobody.
Nobody.
Alright guys, thank you guys for tuning in. Our last show, episode number 4. We got a July 4th special edition here.
Yeah,
we just want to say thank you guys for the support. Thank you guys for the feedbacks. Everyone always calling in, reaching out. We appreciate you guys. So, Fatu.
Yes.
Talk to them, man.
Man, first of all, we just want to say happy 4th of July. It's a blessing being in this country. I mean, we don't take it for granted. We appreciate every single thing. We're excited for this show. It's a special edition. Please call, please comment, and let us know what we can do better. Let us know what you guys want to talk about. And throughout the show, if you have a shout out, feel free to call. We take care of you. Right, Coco?
Yep.
Yeah,
If
talk
you
to
have
me.
any comments, put it on Instagram Live. We'll get to you.
Yep.
And we just want to hear from you today. So yeah, stay with us.
And the number to call is right.
Yep.
There.
So just a quick reminder, you can go to YouTube and look up our last show and you can watch us live, obviously. You can also go to Instagram, our last show, you will watch us live, and you can call that number, 531-600-8733, and you can call and give us your 2 cents.
You guys want to go around the table, introduce yourself real quick?
Yeah.
For the guys.
My name is Papi, aka Jacques.
Fatou Jean-Luc, aka Le Book.
JJ, aka Steezy.
Coco T.
No, aka
And my name is C2, aka Ghost.
Yeah!
Me, it's Dino.
Is that new? Is that new? Top
Alright.
Alright guys.
What's on our agenda, JJ?
Agenda today we're gonna talk about we don't really want to talk about it, but we're gonna talk about NBA free agency.
Yes.
We gotta talk about the Warriors.
Man.
James going to the Lakers.
Man.
And I mean, is the NBA season canceled? And then the other thing we're gonna talk about is about Africa. The youth and the future of Africa and investing more into Africa and investing more into our youth, because we were talking about that last time and Papi brought up a great point, but we didn't have enough time, so we got to bring back part 2 today.
Yeah.
So you guys ready to talk about the NBA free agency?
Yes.
Yeah, let's go.
So first of all, I mean, should we talk about the Lakers?
Yeah.
Acquiring LeBron?
Yeah, let's start with
Let's
the
start with
Lakers.
before we start, like I said, I need you guys to write and accept this.
Taking my talent.
I need you guys to write and accept this letter.
West Coast.
I accept this letter, especially for my Coco. I accept this letter, man.
We send you the king.
I accept this letter.
We give you the
We were
king.
ready, man. We get an apology letter because
Yes,
you guys
yes.
have been talking so much crap.
Apology letter.
Yes.
You know what? We finally felt a little sorry for y'all.
Hey.
We might go out west with it.
Hey, we need an apology letter.
Apology letter.
From who? From the Lakers. From the Lakers family. The Lakers fans, man.
The Lakers
Yes.
and the LeBron fans, gotta come together
Yeah.
and get along, right? Get along. So what do you guys think about that? LeBron joining the Lakers.
You know what was crazy? It was just like we talked about it. The show that we had, episode 3, we talked about it like, and then after like 15 minutes after we got done with the show,
Absolutely, yeah, man.
next thing you know, it's just like LeBron going to the Lakers.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. We all called it too. I mean,
Yeah,
it was pretty obvious. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty obvious. Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not trying to say anything, but I just saw something the other day on the internet saying that all the greats,
Got delivered.
all the greats that ever played the NBA, like most of them pretty much play for the Lakers.
Right.
So it is about time that one of the greats that has ever played the game of basketball.
Even Skip Bayless said that, and he's the biggest.
Oh, he said that.
He is the biggest LeBron. It's like, man, you know what? He's this. I mean, he was meant to play for
Yeah.
LA. At some point, you gotta finish at LA.
Exactly.
He played just like Magic Johnson. He played just like the guys out there, and just his name by himself.
Yeah.
We talked about the ticket, right? We said 200, 300. It's 525.
Yeah, it's
That's the minimum.
Yeah, that's the minimum.
Talk about-
And they don't even know.
That's
They don't,
nosebleed?
Season
yeah, and then the stadium hasn't been put out yet.
They don't even know who
They
they're
don't
playing.
even-
So
Exactly.
the first home game is 525.
Yes.
I said, you know,
Like all the way up top.
All the way. That's the cheapest.
Cheapest.
That's the cheapest. you
Well,
can
start
get.
saving money then.
Yeah, we-
How much you guys think the floor seat? Oh,
that might be the six figures.
Opener. For the season opener.
Yeah,
hey, man.
that might be the six figures. Like courtside.
6 feet?
No,
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? 6 feet?
It would. I mean, if the cheapest is like $500,
$100K?
100K for us.
1K?
I mean, you
Yeah, we got a comment, man. Alpha Break is gonna comment on us here for us, man. He said, as a Lakers fan, we really don't want LeBron, but I guess we don't have a choice.
She heard.
What do you mean we don't want LeBron? Everybody wants LeBron.
Everybody wants
She
LeBron.
heard.
You know what? It's okay. It's okay, Kogo. At the bottom line, we all have to come together.
Exactly.
So be
All versus the Warriors.
that Warriors team.
Oh, man.
Because I mean, let's talk about Boogie, man.
Yeah, Boogie going to the Warriors.
I don't get how the Lakers didn't give him an offer though.
You know, they did. I heard that they did give him an offer. But I think what happened, maybe he was asking for more than just like 1 year deal. But like the Lakers kind of
Bro,
like took it down because of his injury too. You know,
Yeah.
he's coming off of an
Achilles.
injury.
I know he probably gonna play in, I don't know, February, March or whatever.
Yeah.
But my point is this though, like Boogie worth $5 million.
Dude, that's
Well, I mean,
That is
he's
dirt.
coming off. I don't know, JJ. He's coming off of an
Injury.
Achilles
But
injury.
playoff time is gonna be ready.
But I mean, even at the Warriors, I heard that he might be coming off the bench.
Bench.
Like they
Well,
don't
when
want
he
to start.
I mean, when he starts.
We gotta call.
At the beginning of the show.
Yeah, we gotta call. Hello. Alès Show. Lema, bienvenue au show Alès. Alès Show, bienvenue au show Alès. Ouais, Jacques Odigi.
Yeah, that's all for the Lakers, man.
Alès, est passé. Le groupe Mouvado. Le groupe move à Georgina, que le bon il est Georgina.
Aïe, aïe, aïe.
Ouais, gagné parce que Novias, Chris Paul a élevé Nobé et m'a diminué le salaire. Et des cas 40 millions. Par an, le bon le fait taper 39. Et en 40 millions, mi final, toi chaque bord. Dans 16 ans, 16e année d'NBA, mi final bord.
This is first year going to the Western Conference Final.
Yeah. Donc, en tant que bon, au moins, il y a des meilleurs amis à LeBron. On l'a pour la blonde de la Benoît, ok. Et James Harden pour LeBron. Eh, la Chido de. Bon, il y a quoi plan d'eau. Ah, mais qu'est-ce que tu veux? Voilà, LeBron, tiens, elle est gênée parce que. Et comme la fille qui est le territoire à garder quoi. On y a bien nommé Archery Scientist au article, toi, dans 5 ans, LeBron est billionnaire. Nous ne pas. Dans 5 ans, elle a une billionnaire. Billionnaire.
With a B.
With a B.
Billion dollar.
Donc, Mila théorie que les voix, pardon, là, et puis pousser business movie, quoi. Business movie, quoi.
Lakers, man. You know,
You gotta get something.
Merci beaucoup.
For those who don't know, for more, shout out, more. For more dédicace de Cardinal way. For those who don't know, for those who don't know, Fofo calling straight from Togo.
Straight from Togo.
And I know
Cool,
it's late right now, but he always stay up to watch the show. So we appreciate it.
Thank
Thank you so much. Thank you,
He's been
Fofo.
calling every single show, so thank
Merci
you.
Fofo et Georgina Minto. Merci. Merci. Oui. Voilà.
Okay.
Connection.
Connection. Voilà. Voilà. Connection.
Yeah.
Okay. 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 Si via mila bio ni ale faveur de carré. Nous la té wenamia. À nous partager les réseaux sociaux les cas bagba. Comme ça, à l'eau babou, nous nos quoi, nos yoko to. Comme ça, et Georgina, comme ça, conversation internationale, c'est le cas quoi.
Thank you, Alain. Thank you.
Man, cha.
Thank you.
Bagba.
See that trouble on here.
Olá, Jesse. Ende ya balo, olá, Jesse.
Merci. Ok, Fofo. Merci pour l'appel. Et Georgina Hamilton. Semaine prochaine à Niaga Douedji. Merci. Allez, bonne nuit.
Alright, guys.
All right, we got a couple of comments here.
Comments.
Yeah, let's thank Big Bro first.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's thank Fufu is calling all the way from Toto. We've had like 4 episodes so far, and then he's called on all 4 of them.
Yeah.
So thank you for the support.
Thank you for the support.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
From the mainland, we appreciate it. Yeah.
All right, guys, we got Road 2. MMA7 says, why y'all LeBron fans always hating on other players' move? That's what he says.
We're not hitting our other press.
We didn't know what move.
Right. Well, he's talking about Boogie. How we talking about why did Boogie goes to?
We're not hating on the move. I mean, as a matter of fact, you know what? LA didn't call them, right? LA didn't call him. They didn't seal the deal,
Right.
so it is what it is, you know. But we're just saying, though. I mean, it's not competitive.
Yeah, exactly. It's not competitive. I mean, as an athlete, I mean, are you okay joining like the Lakers right now? You know, I mean, joining the Warriors. Like,
Right.
I mean, he's so good, and then I mean, do they really need another all-star?
So you say Boogie is like the biggest snake now? Before it was KD now. Is Boogie like the snake? I'm just saying because that team is ready to win another championship.
Yeah.
And all you do is just like go back there.
Yeah.
It's definitely snakish. Let me
No,
say.
I mean, it is sneakish, but I don't think that you can compare that move to KD though. KD was worse.
Right.
KD was worse.
Like how?
The thing I
I
gotta
mean,
say,
they were down to a team, and then they were down.
No, but
they're
okay,
up.
so I have a
It
question for you. They literally just won a championship,
Yeah.
and then they added KD, second best player in the league.
Yeah.
Okay, same thing. They literally just won a championship,
Yeah,
and then they
but-
added the best center
Yeah,
in the
but
league.
with KD,
They lost that year, didn't they?
but with KD,
They lost that year.
but with KD, is
Yeah, because the Warriors lost
Yeah,
to the Cavs.
2016.
Yeah, and then they won the hand and
But that's the team that just had the best record in the NBA.
Yeah.
That's the team that whooped you, came and whooped you.
Yeah, but with KD,
But
that's
you
what I'm
can-
saying.
you can do it, right?
It's different though. Like they were up 3-1,
Right.
and all you needed to do is to win 2. Like he has a chance to win like
We
2
gotta call.
games at home.
We got a call. Hello?
Let's get back to that.
Welcome to our last show, Young V. What's up? Thank you for the call. Appreciate it.
You sound mad already.
You sound mad. What's up, man?
He does.
Talk to me.
Yeah, I'm listening, right? You want me to answer that?
Banjana do senhor, garoto.
Wait, let me answer your question. Okay. Since Sunday,
Messi.
Yes, sir.
when LeBron James, the best player on the planet,
Messi.
joined the Lakers, I'm officially a Lakers fan.
So, Yavi. Okay, so Yavi, I have a question for you. I have a question for you, Yavi. When you watch, I mean, you a sport guy. When you watch either soccer or basketball, you either love the player or you love that team, right? So I always feel some type of way when people give a hard time to LeBron fan. If you love LeBron and the guy don't play for the team anymore, why you mad that we support him wherever he goes? I don't understand that. You're a LeBron fan. You're not a Cavs fan.
Answer that.
I mean, it's just a simple question. You are a LeBron fan. So if you love KD decide to go where Miami, you're gonna be a Miami fan. You love the player. You following the player. So how is that an issue? Oh my God, I'm going to me voix.
Let him get it.
Oh, fan what a fan me.
This is for your V, man.
Oh, I miss you. Look at the my nickel right. I mean, all I always exaggerate now. What's it, man? And no always exaggerate now. Always exaggerate now. Do I get your point? In 4 years?
I don't get you to do it.
With the Warriors' new team?
I mean,
Charlie, West Anyabuero. Via ma bien question de cas. Owa, o yo vim question. Okay, yo vi, ma bien question de cas, on dit si on y a LFN on ne pas le moitié au ben autour de Golden State fan.
Yeah.
Ça
How? What's up with the switch?
Oh man, because man, I have a love-and-hate relationship with LeBron, so like this is my problem. Like,
no, but if you love a team, it doesn't matter. That's the part I don't
I
understand.
mean, he said he has a love and
I don't think there's any love
relationship with the dog.
Let me give you an example. JJ, for example, he been an LA fan for forever, right? Even though he won't make the playoff for the last 5-6 years, he still support LA. Donc, if you're an LA fan now, or LeBron, we're good. But you gonna tell me that you're an LA fan and because LeBron comes, you don't want to be an LA fan anymore? You're not an LA fan then. Okay. You want an easy way out. I'm on the same page with you 100%.
But the only thing I want to add is coaching, though.
Right.
Coaching, I mean, the style of
The
coaching
coach
is totally
calls the play.
different. I mean, Coach Lou is so scared of LeBron. I mean, he basically let LeBron run every single play. Every single play. So, I mean, you look at Steve Kerr, they have a system. I mean, they have a system. I mean, I'm on the same page with you guys. LeBron so ball Papi Brunner, that's so ball that you become a one. They don't have guys. He's the coach, he's the player, he's everything. Coach it has a lot. I mean, the coach have a system.
Like even in Miami, they play his
Yeah.
system.
Yeah, I mean, Eric Spoelstra, look, il y a des livres, livre de toi, pas toi de toi. Le bon te bon non ya Eric Spoelstra. A mi pas te de que tout. Livre de pas toi de tout. Ah, mais des non, au bon mais non mais le bon te Giovanni Eric. Pas toi de non, mais that's my guy. I'm sticking to him. Let's say go man. That me was saying I feel the watch. The coach he had to make decision call. Let's say go man. You can't be afraid of the guy. You the coach for a reason. But anyway, that's my 2 cents, man.
Thank you, Yari.
Thank you, y'all.
Thank you, Yogi.
Thank you, Yari, for your call. We appreciate it.
I know lancer commentaire le mois Giro.
This is for you, Yogi. I'm not taking it up for the whole show. How about that?
Appreciate the call, man.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
the call.
Thank you.
Alright, guys, let me say something, right?
Go ahead.
So let me say something that might make LeBron haters happy, right? So they like to compare LeBron's moves to all these other moves, KD's and I guess Boogie's as of lately. Here's the thing, though. Okay, I have to admit, LeBron started this whole. You know what? I, as a player, decide where I want to take my future. I want to take my career in my own hands and make the moves that are right for me. So on that end, yes, you know, LeBron started this, right? If LeBron had never gone to Miami, KD can be like, shoot, maybe, you know, if I want to ring, I got to do whatever it takes, right?
No.
All right.
2007, Celtics,
Right? Oh, you talking
KG, Ray Allen, and Paul Pierce.
Come on, you
I
can't
mean,
even
even
those
before
guys.
that.
Those guys were not MVPs though. Like we
Oh, they were really good. I mean, KD was
Ray Allen was one of the best
MVP.
shooters in the league.
KD was
the best scorer in the league.
KD was
So you can't tell me that LeBron started it, but you know what? Continue. That's fine.
Okay, let's even if LeBron didn't start it, he made it the most obvious. The whole, you know, coming out, having a TV special, all that stuff. So I give you all that. But come on, let me be honest, guy. You can't compare that move to KD's move. You know what I'm saying? Joining a
What
team.
more are you talking about, like LA?
No, I'm talking about the Miami team, right? When he did that, and then I mean, right now I don't. I mean, is anyone complaining about this move just now?
Why would you?
I mean, have you heard anything?
I mean, we're
don't-
talking about. Okay, so let's be honest. LeBron could have decided to go to Golden State.
I mean,
He's going to tarnish his legacy. Don't get me wrong, but he's going to get a ring, right?
Yeah.
So my point is this: he went to. Thank you, but he went to a 11 seed team.
Right.
He's like, you know what? We're gonna start from scratch.
Yeah.
I've been to the final 8 straight years. I'm gonna put all that in jeopardy and then start with the LA Lakers because he's looking at business, right?
Yeah.
Why would you be mad at this move? He can decide to go to Houston. He can decide to give him money. He took a big pay cut. So did Wade.
Wade.
Chris Bosh was making more money than LeBron and Wade. So what I'm trying to say is he didn't go to the Rocket. He didn't take the easy way out. He said, you know what? Let me go to the 11th seat and see what I can do.
Yeah.
Why would you be mad at this move?
right. Let me just wrap it up. So let's not compare all these moves, right? Let's not compare the KD moves to the LeBron moves. And this is all LeBron's fault. This is all LeBron doing. And let me read this next comment here. LeBron fans think any player who doesn't want to play with LeBron is making the wrong move. And then he said, if I just complain about Chris Paul or Paul George or Cousins' move, what's the issue? You know, it's
Can I make a quick comment
Yeah,
about
go
Chris
ahead.
Paul?
yeah.
I mean, the dude has never been in the NBA fight. But he chose, I mean, he's Chris Paul. He's like 30 something, right? He's like, I don't know what.
Probably 33.
Yeah. And then instead of a big,
So-
forced with like,
So let me answer
I
this question.
Hey, look, the thing I gotta say is, winners always attract players.
Exactly.
It's like the rich get richer. It's like college basketball, college football. Why do certain teams are constantly winning? Alabama. Why did they recruit the top players in the nation? Because they're good.
yeah.
It's the same thing with Warriors.
People want to win.
They want to win. KD's been in the NBA for a long time. Okay, your career is over. You stay at OKC. And the thing is, you gotta look at market. Nike, if you're in the finals, you're showing your shoes.
Yeah.
It's marketing. You're playing a bigger market. Why wouldn't you go to the Warriors and play? The Warriors started their team from base, like we were saying.
Yeah.
They drafted the players.
That's
It's not
true.
like it's not like
Oh, I mean, that's true.
It's-
That's like 3 or 4 years.
the only free agent
Yeah.
that would say, okay, big name was
Iguodala.
KD. I mean, yeah, but
Yeah.
KD was the
Okay.
biggest thing they got.
Yeah.
All the other players, they drafted them.
Yeah.
So the thing is,
Yeah.
I know people always say, KD, why wouldn't you go there?
But
If LeBron was a free agent, there, LeBron probably would have gone to Golden State. If the Golden State was that good, no, if the Golden State was good, if the Golden State was good, like they were when LeBron went to Miami, LeBron would have gone to Golden State.
Oh, that's a different story because that's Miami, but we're talking about Golden State beating LeBron.
LeBron went to Miami, right?
Yeah.
If Golden
I mean-
State was good back then,
Miami wasn't that good though.
it wasn't that good, but Wade was there.
Oh,
Wade was there.
Wade was there.
Wade was
Wade
the champion.
struggling.
Wade was the champion.
Wade was struggling.
Wade won the
Yeah.
championship. Wade won the championship.
Yeah, but he won in 2010, right? Since since winning,
2006.
I mean, no,
We shot.
By himself, we shot.
Yeah, but I'm talking about when LeBron joined Miami. It was in 2010, right?
Yeah.
That since they won in 2006. I mean, since then Miami have been struggling.
It's only 4 years.
Like even I think in 2008,
It's only 4 years.
You can't
in
compare
2008 or
that.
2009, they
It's
didn't
only
even
4
make
years.
the playoffs.
It's only 4 years.
But at the bottom of the night, you cannot go to a team that keep beating you to the final. That's what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say.
And
Only
LeBron
reason
never-
why, only
exactly.
reason why people give a hard time to KD is because he had them in their hand. They were up 3-1.
Yeah.
They were
They
killing
were
them.
up, and then they had 2 games at
They
home.
were killing
Like,
them.
let's not
That's the
forget
only
about
reason
that.
why.
I mean, they had 2 games at home.
I'm not lying. That's the only reason people give a hard time to KD.
Yeah.
That's the only reason
Yeah.
why. You decide to go wherever you want to go. You decide to go wherever you want to go. I mean, if you work at Walmart and you decide to go to Target to make more money, why would I be mad at
And
you?
then the
It's
thing
your
is-
whole life. You see what I'm saying? The only reason why people give him a hard time
And
is
then the thing is, that same night he lost to Golden State Warriors,
he was on the phone with Draymond
he
Green.
was on the phone with Draymond
Yeah.
Green.
So
Who does that?
So
Come on,
what?
man. Nah.
Hey, this is life.
I
man.
mean, that.
Next topic.
Let's
All
talk.
right, guys, hey, let's wrap it up.
All right, all
The
right.
LeBron and the free agency discussion could go on forever, but everybody's entitled to their own opinions. So let's move on, man. Let's move on. So, like I said, Poppy, last time we talked about Africa, and then you brought up a great discussion. So we should take a little break, because we're 30 minutes to the show, so we'll take a little break, and when we come back, we'll talk about the youth and future of Africa.
Yes, sir.
How's that sound, guys?
Sounds good.
Sounds
Yes,
good. All
sir.
right,
Yes,
guys.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Break. Let's do it.
Time.
All right. All right.
We're back. Guys, we're back from the break.
Quick break.
Quick break. Last show is sponsored by
Nobody.
I'm Emilio.
It'll be some sponsors, man. All right, guys. So the next discussion we're gonna go into, like I mentioned, is the youth and future of Africa, the challenges and opportunities, and investing into our youth back home. So, Poppy, we were talking last time, and you mentioned how we're still dependent on foreign aid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So continue with that, man.
Yeah, it's just like, it's sad that we've claimed to be like independent for like almost 60 years.
Yeah.
Depending on the country, like we say we've been independent for 60 years, but we can't even like produce like the basic food that we need for our own, to like nourish our own population. Like I was talking about Togo the other time that we still like getting like onions, like we're getting produce from like different countries, like, but we have we have the means to produce those products like in our own country. And then also I don't know if you guys like hear the news or listen to the news, like the president of Ghana was telling at a summit that it's not acceptable that we've been independent for so long. Like even education, for example, in Ghana has to be funded by taxpayers in Europe. Does that make any sense? Like I want my people to get better. Like why do people in Europe have to like sponsor education for kids in Africa?
Right.
So that's like what we're talking about. I know like if anybody want to add something, like go ahead and
I think the economical or independence is really what's hurting us the most.
Yeah.
We claim to be independent. We celebrate that April 27th, but seriously, there's still a lot to be done. It comes down to like we talked about last time, right? We said, bringing ourselves as citizens of the country, and to how as
Proud.
having the pride of the country, and how as youth, especially right now, this is how it starts, right?
Yeah.
Now us, we've been fed this situation. It's in front of us now. How do we go about it, and how do we from here then build up from that and try to pull us out of that problem? And it's just taking ownership. We cultivate it ourselves.
Yeah, so I'm gonna comment on that. Africa has been blessed with a lot of natural resources, but I think for our future generation, it's not about capitalizing on those. It's about investing into the youth. Like you're talking about investing into the youth, and if maybe we can get our youth, into school education, community-based activities, employ them if possible. Start, internships, little things like that, and that all starts with diaspora. So. I don't know, see you had a comment also.
Can I add something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I also think like the education back home is not actually fit to our realities. Like, it seems like we're learning stuff that we never even use.
Okay.
Like, what can we have like technical schools, like, when people can go and then be like, do stuff like as far as like agriculture and stuff like that. We need more of those schools.
Yeah.
Because we have like really like rich lanes and stuff like that. We can do everything. We trying to be doctors, we trying to be lawyers. I mean, it's okay, we need doctors and lawyers too. But like, why don't you like tackle the problem at heart, which is like, feed people, feed our population.
Trading schools.
Yeah, we need all that.
So I have a comment on that. I think it all started, obviously years ago, our grandparents were brainwashed. It started with, and I know in this show we don't really get into politics and religion, but let's be honest, way back in the day before we got independent, they fed us a lot of BS, right? And a lot of our people kind of ran with it, and then they have that mentality that you have to work in the office.
Oh yeah.
You have to work in the office in a suit.
So you can
Yes.
That's very French.
It's unfortunate, but it's just reality. This morning I was actually on Instagram listening to Taking Jack. You guys know Taking Jack, the artist. He made up. He said that the only way that Africa as a continent can get out of this whole issue is form one government. He said that he felt that all of the Western countries, Europe, Asia, America, whatever, depend on Africa, right, for their development. With any natural resources, anything they need from us, right? You look at Ghana. Ghana give about Ghana give about 20% of coffee, cacao. You look at Ivory Coast, they give about 40-20. One was 40, was 20. So Ivory Coast is 40. Yeah. So that's a total of 60%.
Yeah.
That's just two countries. 60% of the entire world coming from just two countries. 60%. So that means that every morning when you get your coffee, when you go to a shop, you get something from Africa. Bottom line, and that's just coffee. So oil, natural resources in general. So he felt that the only way that we can break that chain is, at some point we have to actually have one government. Or just have one voice in Africa and then stop all of that. Do you guys? I guess my question is, the reason why I brought it up is, do you guys think it's possible?
I think Gaddafi was trying to do that.
Yes.
Yeah, like
He wanted to have his own monetary instead of using, using central banks. Yeah. But is that possible?
Knowing Africa, they were honestly, that won't happen. It's not possible.
When you say not possible, you mean like long term or short term?
Long term, short term, I don't think Africans can get together.
What if they start like as a bloc? Like, let's say for example, like the West has a bloc.
Yeah, we already have that, right? We have CEDEAO, like ECOWAS. We have like African. We have all that kind of stuff already, right? But like, even if you go out there to those kind of meetings, like you can tell they don't get along. You know what I mean? It's not about me. It's not about my country. You know what I mean? They don't have that kind of like camaraderie, like mindset. Kind of like that's how like Europe, the United States. That's how they grew, right? Like. Today is the United States independence, right? This country was also once a British colony, right? Or a French colony, right? But in 1776, what did they do? Those funny fathers, they decide to come together, right?
Right.
To be like, okay, we need to take our country back.
And
You know
run
what
it.
I mean? And that's the only way. Like, if Africa wants to like get to that next level, we kind of need to have that kind of mindset. You know what I mean? Like, get together, like go to those kind of meetings. I don't care, but like be like, you know what? We need our continent back. Like, we need to. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
Je veux bien intervenir dans ce que tu dis. Hein. Quand tu dis que c'est pas possible, je dis à la base de toute chose, il faut l'amour. Moi, je
Yeah,
dis.
that's true.
L'amour de. Non,
Il s'excite, hein?
l'amour pour ton pays, quoi.
C'est ça.
Si les Américains l'ont fait,
La fierté.
Yeah.
c'est que tout le monde peut le faire dans le monde.
You're right.
On a plusieurs associations en Afrique centrale, tant.
Yeah.
Mais est-ce que après tout, là, nous voulons nous-mêmes nous développer?
C'est ça le
la
problème.
question.
Yeah, that's kind of what.
Pas because ça. Mais les chefs d'État, on move dans l'Europe, on
Yeah.
prend l'Europe par les
Yeah. Oh, school est qui est mais.
Aucun Européen a dit à quelqu'un, faut pas faire ça chez toi. Après tout, c'est une question de volonté. On ne veut pas le
Voilà.
faire, c'est tout.
Yeah.
Si on est décidé aujourd'hui de dire, ok, let's go, on peut le
That's kind of what I'm trying to say. Like, they really need to come together and be like, you know what, we need, like, to get to that next level, kind of like what I was
How
trying to
about
say.
like,
Get together,
like
yeah.
starting like a currency, you know? How we have our currency, like, you know, depending on like foreign economies, like if we start our own currency and then increase trade between our own areas, like
Yeah.
that would be a step.
Yeah.
Right?
Jack, they really stop. Like, they be thinking about starting like their own currency dating back to the 1940s, 1950s. You know what I mean? But I mean, even till today, that remain one of ECOWAS like main objective, like have one single currency within West Africa. But they still haven't like come up with any kind of like ideas on how to do it. Because I mean, Nigeria won't give up the naira, and Ghana won't give up on the CD.
What?
And,
So you're talking about currency, so I don't mean to cut you off, but talking about currency, I mean, even the language, for the last 30 years,
Yeah.
they're talking about making Swahili
Yeah.
the official language.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that get rid of the language.
Yeah.
Right.
We're just saying that we want one language that we are proud of, us as Africans,
Exactly.
the word, but it didn't really work
yeah,
out.
that's kind of like
You
you
know,
were saying.
Yeah,
Like,
it didn't
you have
really
to
work
have
out.
that
Because we were
law.
like, no, we're not gonna bring that here. You guys already speak it, so you guys gonna put that in education here.
Yeah.
We're gonna try. No, we don't wanna do that.
Yeah,
Isn't
that's
Swahili like the most spoken language?
It is.
yeah, in Africa it is.
You know,
Yeah, but what I was saying, like, don't get rid of your language.
Yes.
Keep your own language, and then you can learn Swahili, so you
Yes.
can communicate to everybody.
Exactly.
Everybody.
It's not like having
That's
one-
not a.
yeah.
That's not a problem.
Yeah, but unfortunately, it didn't work. I mean, it still didn't work, but it's been in work for 25 years now.
you know,
So,
I think civilization is still hurting us, right? The whole divided to be governed thing, right? It's that's why I put all this animosity, you know, versus each other in us, right? We see each other as different, you know, like that's when we started breaking up the empires back home and
Yeah.
things like that, right? That's when it started like segmenting Africa, and then there's all these little countries, and everybody is so divided. There's all these things which were big countries and big, you know, powers were also divided. Now it's so segmented that it's so hard to come together, right? So it's the love, like you said, right? Once we start seeing each other, hey man, West, you know, West Coast, East Coast, all that. We all together, right? People from the, North Africa, you know, Tunisia, Morocco, all those, we all together, right? So we gotta start seeing each other as Africans, right? And then fighting for the
Coco,
common goal.
I think you are right on point. And back to what Mason said last week, I think it will have to start with us here.
Right, for sure.
Us here.
Diaspora.
I mean, people travel, but when they go back to their old ways.
Yeah, stay in that way.
You know what I mean? Unfortunately, they go back to their old ways. People come here, go to school here, but when they go back to their old ways. But us that live here, us that go back and forth, we embrace the culture here. We embrace what it takes to actually succeed.
Right.
I feel like, you know, we as the guys that live outside can come together. And JJ, you had a really good point.
Yeah,
How much money we send back home? I mean,
They
we
say
contribute.
that we contribute more than foreign aids that should send money to
Yeah.
Africa.
I mean, most of the GDP in Togo, for instance, is mostly
Yes,
foreign.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
mostly like those money we
I mean,
send to.
it's 6 million to
Money
Goliath,
grab.
7 million to Goliath, 3 in Lomé. We send more than Nigeria. We send more than Ghana.
Yeah.
We send more. That's just an example. I don't mean a single total out.
But still,
But I mean,
That's
think about
outrageous.
it.
that's outrageous. For 7 million people,
Yes,
Yeah.
we send more.
we
than,
send more
what's
money
the
back
population
home than
of
Nigeria that has like 150 million.
Yes, yes. Think about that. Think about that for a second. So I mean, I feel like we're talking about unity, right? We can get united so easily here, right? We can all form, I don't know, association, whatever you call it. But what I'm trying to say is, we understand each other here. We all on the same page here. So it has to start here. That's because we have different point of
Yeah,
views.
you know why it is so easy for us to do it here?
No.
That's kind of like the American way. That's kind of like the American mindset.
Very
You know what
true.
I mean?
Exactly.
That's what we lack in Africa. That's why it is so hard for all those countries. Like even though they go to those meetings, like they just ended the annual Union African meeting in I don't know where they but I mean like they go to those meetings, they come up with some different ideas, some good ideas, but they won't take any further. You know what I mean?
No implementation.
Yeah, exactly. Because everybody wants to do their own way, and then it is sad. It is sad.
Is it a fear of taking that ownership and making that first step, or what do you think?
For a lot of countries, yes. But if you look at Ghana, for example, we got to a point where they were like, you know what, let's just do this. You look at Benin, for example, and again, don't mean to single any country out, but 5 years ago, 7 years ago, Benin was not Benin that we know as of today. The president. Again, I'm getting into politics a little bit, but the president said, you know what, I'm just going for this term, I'm going to try to change it, this is what I'm going to do, right? And then, he actually did a lot of good things. So, again, let's not get into politics, but to answer your question, you can't be afraid. You can't be afraid if you want change.
Yeah.
You cannot be afraid if you want
Exactly.
change.
Yeah, you have to come together and then be like, I need
Exactly.
kind of like I need my country back type of mentality. You know what I mean?
And that's a comment that I have here. It says people in the diaspora have a sense of empathy.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And they want to invest back home.
Yes.
And the potential that can be found in Africa diaspora is huge.
Yes.
Like you guys were talking about, and like you said, it starts with us wanting to make that change back home and investing. And
You gotta start.
you gotta start, right? And then, but the thing is, most of the time when people want to start, are they starting to look for profit for themselves, or do they want change for the country?
Right. You know what? That's a really good question for people that are online right now and people that are live. Do you guys really feel that as members of diaspora in Europe or Asia or in America, we can come together and come up with some initiative for countries back home? How do you guys feel about it? Please call us 531-600-8733. Thank you.
And on that, I don't think you necessarily have to differentiate between helping people and making money, right? You can do both at the same time.
Yeah. As long as you create
As long as
jobs.
you create a
Exactly.
job.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a donation necessarily.
No. But what I'm saying is, because most people they do it just for their own profit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about
No. Like,
because you're looking at both sides of it. You create jobs, and then you're also looking out for yourself and your family.
Right.
But most people, they just want to go there and take advantage of it. Something taking advantage of it.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah, taking advantage of it. So
Let's Papi's gonna read off some comments that we have live right now.
I had Uncle Cole that was saying that what I just said. Gaddafi was trying to do the currency,
Yes.
single currency for the whole for Africa, and then also, and then she was also mentioning saying that as African we have this ego which will be extremely hard for all of us to come together and make the motherland great.
Yeah.
I think that's a good
that's
point.
very true.
Ego.
And then I have Bafi01 that was saying let's start making difference instead of talking about the problem all the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, start with a little bit of like whatever you guys can do to improve life in Africa. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
And I mean, there are kids that wake up every day without, like, honestly, without
With
any
basic
food.
needs,
Yeah. Like they don't even know
Basic
how they
human
can.
needs.
Yeah, they don't even know how they can go to school. Or they don't have any kind of like school supplies and stuff like that. So yeah, it's just that with a little bit of everything. Yeah.
So do you think with the diaspora sending money back home, with the flow of money entering the continent, do you think that can help?
Okay, so I think it can help, but back to what D said, right? It gets to a point where you can't keep sending, right? Like if you look at Ghana and Nigeria, for example, it got to a point where they're like, you know what, I'm gonna send you this money, but do something with it, start a business. That way you are sufficient and you don't call me back and ask me for more
Because
money.
they're becoming dependent on
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But us, especially French colony, we are so nice. I just keep sending.
Yeah.
We just keep sending.
That's what it is. We gotta teach them how to fish instead of giving them fish, right? That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
And you know, I wanted to make a comment as well, not to drag from what you just brought up. But,
Yeah.
you know, Jack said something about the education, right? You know, and I think we have to, you know, educate ourselves with purpose, right? So let's say that if your dad is a farmer, for instance, right, and then he's got ways that he used to do things, let's say in the 90s or whatever. Now you go to school and you do something that is totally remote from what your dad is doing, right? You go to school and let's say that you go to school and then you become, I don't know, man, like a mechanic or something like that, right? While you're doing that, you know, think of ways that you can come back and, you know, modernize your dad's business, right? Think about applying your school to the already, you know, big knowledge, established knowledge, and because people have a lot of knowledge, you know how-tos, right? That, you know, from generation, right? Like people know how certain trees or certain plants that can treat this disease or the other one, right? With your education, you know, try to go back and see how you can actually use that knowledge
Yes.
and, you know, drive it from your parents and keep that knowledge going, right? And let's not completely diverge from what is here. Let's feed that.
You know, I really love what you just said because you know what, Africa lost a lot of their identity because of that.
Right.
When grandparents and all that died or passed away, they didn't pass it on.
Exactly.
Or maybe they tried to pass it on, but they were not interested.
Exactly.
The kids were not interested. Maybe it's agriculture, or maybe it's just culture.
A lot of agriculture.
Oh yes.
Most of, like there's things, especially when it comes to health, right? There's so many tricks and things like that our grandparents knew how to do
Yes.
that we lost. You know, there's like hunting, they have techniques, things like that. You know, they do so many things. Like just try to find a way to actually help what's already there. You know, as opposed to, you know, totally divergent from that.
So talking about that, is it because of the Western influence? Because you have a lot of people that are traveling out of Africa, going to Europe.
Yes.
100%.
TV stuff. Is it because like you said, back when you get sick, you don't get pills.
Yeah.
Right.
They'll make herbs.
Exactly.
You know, but now you get sick, you gotta go to the hospital, get pills. But most of the time, they don't have the stuff that you need.
Not even that. Look at it. Like you go to the hospital, you get pills. How about the side effect?
Exactly.
Like people were taking herbs like since I don't know when.
Exactly.
They were fine. They live a long time.
It is
Generation.
Yeah, generation.
People have accomplished great things with so little,
Yeah.
you know, back then, and so that.
But
I'm
going
sure
back
you-
to Coco, back to
sorry,
what you
yeah,
go
sorry,
ahead.
Pato. Going back to JJ's point, it is totally like the European
Western
mentality.
mentality,
It's like we like back home. I mean, who would want to be a mechanic? You know what I mean?
Right.
It's a French mentality.
Exactly.
It's a French
You know
mentality.
what? Here's the thing. Like, if you gotta get your hands, I think the French mentality, how it is,
Yeah.
right? If you gotta get your hands dirty, if you're not sitting down somewhere just using your brain and like filling out paperwork, then you haven't made it, right?
Yeah.
If you know, there's such thing as dirty money, right? If it's dirty money, then it's not. It doesn't. It's like dirty money isn't money.
Yeah.
Right. If your hands are dirty, then you know what I mean by your hands are dirty. Not to get confused by doing something illegal. It's just like, you know, if you're out there being an entrepreneur, you know, you out there hustling for yourself, you know, reaching out, getting things done.
Yeah.
You know, instead of waiting for someone to bring you in your business and
Exactly.
someone to give you
You
a
have to go
job.
get it.
Go create it.
Yeah.
Go get it.
Like
Right?
the richest like people in America. That's how they do it. That's how they got money.
They invest.
But yeah, they invest it. But us in
Those
Africa,
farmers?
yeah, look at Derek Hill, man. But us in Africa, we got that mentality like, okay, man,
You're a farmer?
yeah, no, I don't want to be a farmer. I rather want to work in the kind of like what you guys were saying, like work in a bank, work somewhere, and then work in school, and then that kind of mentality.
Back to your point, is that the reason why you would say Togos have fallen behind in other countries that surpassed us?
No, that's not the reason why. I mean, if you want to get into Togo,
No, I'm talking about
Togo's special.
This is not.
I mean, yeah, that's part of it.
Because Togo was talking about how you use your studies
Yeah.
and go back home and help. And
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people from other countries, they apply their knowledge back home.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
So like, I mean, a lot of Asian kids, I mean, a lot of them don't really stay here after.
Exactly,
Like,
yeah.
Like they go back home, use that kind of like whatever they learn here, like
Take
even
it
going
back
to
home, right?
those internships
Take it
or
back home.
working here for a little bit, and then like taking that and then applying back home.
Yeah.
That's why China has been growing, like
So it's helping them grow.
exactly for
It's helping them
sure.
grow. And like what Coco said, apply what you study here and go back. And I feel like especially a lot of African parents, they don't really let their kids do what they want to do. They see they have to be a doctor or a lawyer, like you guys were talking about. You have to be something big.
That's
to
the Western thing.
Western
That-
culture.
that-
Yeah,
that's-
you have to
that's back in there,
you have to be a doctor, a lawyer, or something to
Yeah.
so you have a name for yourself.
Right.
You know,
And then going back-
But I feel like it comes down to this, right? Bottom line is African parents love money.
Yeah,
That's the bottom
that's
line. If you show them a way, if you show them a way that being a mechanic or being a farmer can bring you more money than actually wearing a suit and tie, they will want to listen. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
We're not making that effort.
here's
Unfortunately, the school system back home, we just following the Western civilization.
that's exactly what it is.
And we're not even trying to say, guys, let's save our heritage, let's save our culture, let's try to find a way to actually, like you say, modernize what we already have.
keep our identity, right?
Keep our identity, let's not lose it. I mean, I don't care what African parents always love money. They always talk about don't do sport, don't do that. Go be an engineer. But if you tell them that, hey man, daddy, I can make a lot of money being a farmer.
Exactly.
They gonna say, well, let me find out how you do that.
I do have a question though.
Yes.
I think that's true. But do we have those opportunities in Africa that would create those kind of like?
Well, that's what JJ said. That if you come here and then you study and then you decide to go back and apply what you study.
I guess what I'm trying to say, not every country, like in Ghana for instance, you can have a farmer who is like a multi-millionaire, you know what I mean? But in Togo, I mean, can we really have like, how many farmers are like making a bunch of money, you know what I mean?
It's because we don't have the infrastructure right now. I don't think that yet. We don't have it. You mean to tell me that if we invest in like, either like, what you call, you sent out an article the other day, what's that?
That one guy, right?
Yeah, that one guy, yeah.
Nigeria, yeah.
Yeah, it's not even an investment.
Right. Here's the
It's
thing,
an
right?
investment.
So our parents, right? Western culture influenced them, right? They were like,
600 million in profit.
they saw, right?
A year,
Right.
I don't know.
A year.
They saw that the Western people are living good lives, right? So our parents are like, you know what? It looks like the U.S. is where it's at, right? You know what? Forget about this. Go to your school, right? Now that we're here, right? Sometimes we have people with their parents have established businesses at home. Like their parents, they're not like the top of the line, but they got something going on, right? Something that can use a little bit of boost. So now that you're here and you're actually struggling, to work for the men here, you're just trying to get your 40 hours in, and you're actually not getting anywhere. Like, just say, you know what, Dad? Let me come back here. You know what? And I have some knowledge. Try it this way, right? It's our job to be like, you know what? Maybe if you put this in there, it's gonna give you a different outcome, right? Let's try different things. Whatever you already have, let me come here and let me add to it, right? Because they were westernized to think that everything here is better, right? Our parents think we got it made over here.
Right.
It's our job to be like, you know what? Actually, I think you're onto something back home, Dad. Let me come here and help you out.
So let me go ahead, vas-y.
Mais quand on parlait tantôt de pharma, un truc comme ça,
Okay.
je pense que tout est la base de l'éducation.
Tout à fait.
À l'université de Lomé, chez moi, il y a une filière qui n'est pas d'agronomie. Là. Ça se s'entend quoi? Est-ce que ce qu'on apprend à ces étudiants-là, c'est après avoir été peut-être, je ne sais pas, au gradué, téléphone, c'est pas aller travailler dans une ferme, ou bien ils pensent que doit porter cravate, que ce soit dans un bureau.
Voilà.
C'est ça.
Tout ça, c'est à la base. Si on change la base, la progression sur l'avenir. Certes, Milouz, je dirais chez Bobolo, mais il y a des cabarets et qui est grand. C'est maintenant ou jamais. Moi, chaque fois que je suis en Amérique, j'ai appris beaucoup de choses. Mais, je m'ai copié exactement les cours réussis, mais le peu que nous avons chez nous là, et qui est la mix. Et là, nous avons demain, on peut en bénéficier.
Yeah.
Dis, il y a un problème, mais il y a question, les gars, on a bien ou pas. Nous, Togolais, surtout Togolais en général, we don't understand that united we stand, divided we fall.
Absolutely.
What am I trying to say?
Where's the shirt, man?
Hey, united we stand, divided we fall. What am I trying to say? Togolais, even though I feel the diaspora, they want to do everything on their own. They feel like I have to do better than you. I have to be the one that actually like succeed in the family. I have to be the one that actually is up there. You know what I mean?
Right.
We can work as a group and do things and achieve together. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate that a lot of Africans just think that, oh, I have to be the one. I have to be the one that's doing better than everybody. Competition.
So that's an ego and pride thing that like
that's the ego.
Yes.
That's an ego.
You know what I mean? It's
Right.
I mean, because sometimes I have conversation with some, and I'm like, bro, like you know, it's not everything is not competition, man.
Exactly.
Like you know, you might be doing better than me. That's cool, but bottom line is we all want to be good. You know what I mean? We can achieve so much together. You know what I mean?
You do it better than me. How long did it take you? I don't know that.
Right.
Now I'm just gonna be just like you.
And
You gotta put in the work.
And you know what? You might be good at some things, and I might be good at other things.
Yeah.
Right? Why not put that together
Exactly.
and then do something as a group, as a
That's
team?
not, I guess that's kind of that kind of goes back to the point I was making earlier. Like, in order for Africa to kind of get to that next level, all those leaders need to kind of like put aside those kind of mentality, that kind of like those, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then come together and be like, okay, we need to really like. We are running in the 21st century, and Africa, we have that many resources, but I mean, look at us, they always call us like, I mean, I don't know, like
Poverty.
Yeah, poverty. We are always at the bottom of everything.
Bottom feeders.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
and
that's unfortunate.
About coming together, right? Here's one thing that I think sometimes hinders people from creating action, right? People want to own it all 100%, 100% of it all, right? Just remember that 100% of zero is still zero, right? But if you get 10% of of something, 1,000,
1%,
it's better than having 100% of zero, right? So like, let's for instance this show, right? If we're all like, oh, if we're all they focus on the logistics of it, like how much profit is gonna be in it and all that stuff. We wouldn't be here, right? We gotta. This is all like, hey, you know what? It's
We're
all
stuck in the week.
Yeah, let's all come together here, and it's something good. Like if it's good, if he has the knowledge, then let me hire him. Right. My brother has it. Let me employ my brother.
Right.
Absolutely. I'm about to get into some Omar conversation with this,
Hey, we want to hear from you guys though, so just want to remind you guys, 531-600-8733.
You can call me on Instagram,
Yeah, comment on Instagram, we live on YouTube.
Yeah.
And like we were saying, in Africa there's a lot of envy, jealousy, hate. You're alone in your world. No, seriously, that's what's holding us back.
Big time.
That's what's holding us back.
It's all mentally.
Because we have a lot of ideas, a lot of intelligence to move forward, but we're holding ourselves back. We saying with envy, jealousy, and hate. You're alone there. Look at support there. It's about because the thing is, we all started right here, right? And if I'm advancing, I'm going farther than you, right? So Lapo don't like that. Lapo don't like that.
Yep, absolutely. We got a call, yo. We got a call. Hello?
Hello?
What's up? Welcome to our last show. Mason was not able to join us today, so he just calling to show us some love. Appreciate it, Mason.
Yeah,
Let you know. Merci. Yes.
pour Amérique, il réussit que de la télé, à mi audio, quoi. À mi jamais de nous croire, mais le projet de les gars. Donc, à fin du temps, on est très valide. Très valide. Donc, à mi là, on est bien,
Yeah. Parce que la mission a de l'expertise, quoi. Yeah. Então. Yeah. Merci
pour l'appel, mon frère.
Merci pour l'appel.
Thank you.
Ok, problème. À l'aise. Merci.
That's what my son said over here. It says there is a research that suggests Africans living outside of the continent send more money home to their families than it is sent from traditional Western aid. Which means amor só Africa, so America, you know, so Africa, don't give my issue, but so foreign aid, Africa.
I just have a couple of comments on that. That's true. That economy, budget economy, take public finance, and in that class we had to do like some kind of research. You know what I mean? So I chose to write a topic about that, like foreign. Does foreign aid really lead to like economic growth? On tapait, nous Africa avec continent, on Africa avec pays au quelque quoi. Nous ressources que on a et chaque pays veut nous point. Et puis il doit la sorte GDP alors GDP il doit faire résultat. Donc on a soit employment, on a soit technologie qu'on les doit les emplois que yo run regression l'économie non mais foreign aid qui après les sources de débat, les sources de les World Bank, mais des raisons. Friend, I'm the fellow Africa GDP. Look, I mean, we can send like millions of dollars like every month as much as want to, but kind of like what Messenger just said. You only saw the guys on the door and you then told me so they create my abutina. Yeah, it's like I mean.
Ok, imaginez un message qui est envoyé gars. Mi décider là peut-être $5 de plus. Juste bailler budget de un projet de si vous voulez que mes sangles peut-être centre, alors, na éducation, whatever. $5 par bon, imaginez amener l'envoyer, gars. Imaginez combien de millions il a sur le projet, budget. Alors, c'est combien? It's just an idea of what things like that, we don't know unique.
Amener les Sénégalais. Ils ont construit des hôpitaux,
électrifié tout ça là. France, non? Ouais, France, mais où on est mieux
voilà. Et puis on les taquine la génération peut-être on va voir tes clés d'avoir continué parce que that's the only way. I mean we don't have to always rely on our government to bring us change. You know what I mean? Exactly. We cannot have to do it on
for le projet, I think it was at least 5 or 7 years projet, ou peut-être même 10 ans. Parce que papa ils sont un an paix. Un an paix. Un an paix. I mean, avec un envoyé. Imaginez Benard, I don't know the number, so don't quote me, but imaginez Benard, $5 de plus. Think about it.
You're talking about like every $5. There are like 3 million Togolese outside of Togo.
Exactly.
3 million, right? If just one Togolese sent even $1 back home. I mean, not $1, but like I know, like I'm just giving an example. $1, that'd be $3 million.
Yeah, it's $3
million. That's a lot of stuff we can do.
Yeah, we can do something like don't even.
Alors, moi, je regarde, au lieu que dans un monde, on va se réunir. Il y a des Togolais d'ici vont marcher, on voit tes dos et tomber local technique or sending money back home. Suzu que mette bien beleko. Et là, on charge extra fee. What extra fee one is to build things back home. But for some reason, I'm not supportive. Yeah. No, baby, I have to find it and I put it on Instagram. But that on the show. Yeah, I put it on the show. But that was his goal. Instead of using MoneyGram or Western Union, I saw that Zanto go produit. Parce qu'on envoie un back home. He will charge you a little bit more, where Gaon can be charged extra is going towards a specific project.
So he has his own.
That has to be approved.
He has his own application.
His own application, on platform. Peut-être 2 ans, 3 ans avec
It didn't work.
Didn't work out, yeah. DMV, I remember when I was in DC.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, that's kind of what we all saying. Like we gotta support each other. You know what I mean? And let's not try to like be like. I mean, I make you create money grammar. Media political, but I feel toy. I mean, I can't feel like $2 million. I have some do agbe. I mean, you have a friend they can't create. We gotta support
each other, like what you guys are talking about. Start with us and supporting each other. All right, guys. You know, it's been about an hour now. I think it's time for us to wrap it up. You know, so
should I read a comment on here real quick?
Yeah, read a comment.
We have a comment from Seed Organic Hair Growth Oil. Saying that as Togolese, we need to stop having that mentality of not telling our brothers how we became successful.
It's true.
Yes, it's true.
Right? Like for instance now, right? Let's just take the example of Omaha, for instance. There's so many Togolese people here, right? When someone lands in Omaha right now, there should be a path to be like, hey, this is how you get this done in a month. This is how you get this done in a
How
month.
Nigerian doing Texas and
Exactly.
All
This is, you know what? This is this Togolese doctor that we have, or there's 3 or 5 of them. This is the one we use.
Any question, let us know.
There's 3 or 5 Togolese dealerships that we have already ready in the country. I mean, in the city. Let's go to him, right? Like there's 3 or 5 Togolese restaurants. This is the things that we do to help each other. We're gonna have all this meat. We're gonna eat and all those stuff, but let's also have this established. There's way too many Togolese people in Omaha to our names not being, you know, as far as it should be, right? Mason said something on the phone about that.
That's a good point.
Plan of action.
Yeah, man.
Plan of action.
Let's support each other and share the knowledge and just.
So I just have one last comment as we're about to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know when they discovered this country, America. What's the name? 1492? Because I can introduce and the people
Supposedly discovered.
Yeah, supposedly. And then they fought up until what? 1776 when they got their independence from the British. And they were once a British and a French colony. And this country is only like what, 200 and something years old. And if America has been able to be what it is today, like in 200 and something years, and then Africa will be like colonized by worse and worse since like the 14th century. Like all the Baba, the Bamiame and Piro, all the Chakami, but those like funny fathers, they came together, right? They were like, okay, you know what, let's set aside our ego and let's come up with some good ideas to build Africa. And that's kind of that same mentality that we need to have in Africa to help grow our continents. Like, that's the only way we can get to the next level. Because, I mean, there are so many people, like, I mean, they're happy here, but honestly, they rather want to go back home and be, like, have the same type of life they live here back home, but it is hard. And we really need to.
The last word, everybody, 30 seconds. Let's go. All right.
Last word.
Last word. D, you got something to say? It could be in any language. That's fine.
So tell us. Skip.
Oh shoot. Okay. So I just want to say, guys, if you take anything from today, you know, let's share the knowledge. Let's support each other. Let's come together. Let's start things back home. Just man, help each other out. You know, 100% over 0 is still 0. So you know, if you all pitch in and get a little something going on, you can both get 2 or 3% out of it. It's still better than nothing.
Future investment.
That's all.
What I gotta say is, you know, the potential that can be found in African diaspora is huge. It's huge. You know, we have the capabilities, the intelligence, as well as the desire to achieve change in Africa, and that starts with what we talk about: investing into the future, investing into our youth.
I think I said one thing that I wanted to add is if you are watching this show right now, or if you watch it later and then you have an idea, please reach out to us. We are very interested to sit down with you or have a conversation with you and see how we can help. You know, that's the reason why we started with this show. We want to have a platform where we can have a conversation and see how we can help. You know what I mean? By any means necessary. But so with that being said, if you think of any ways, things that we can do instead of talking about it, let's come up with some plans and then implement it.
Any quick shout out? We kind of out of time right now.
That's kind of what we have the show for. So if you have any business, you know, give us a call.
And then we'll do a couple shout out real quick to Jack Bigaju, the insurance guy.
Yes, sir.
It's my guy. And then we have Afro Omaha.
Afro Omaha.
What's about Afro Omaha?
Afro Omaha will be July 15. So I will try to get a quick video from Joubert so I can post it on social media so we can talk about Afro Omaha. Basically, there will be at least 20 vendors out there. So we're gonna do the show live in the park. It will be interesting. So we'll do our list for like 10 minutes, and then our camera guys gonna go around and then question people, and then other vendors can introduce themselves as well and how you can get their product.
Yeah.
Any other shout out?
Yeah, I got shout out to Ayele Ilania. Her business is Beatnik, and it's a handmade beaded jewelry.
What's up, Ayele?
Ayele, yeah, she's actually in the group
I
right
see her on there right
now.
now,
Yeah,
yeah.
so she makes waist beads with nylon threads, and you can also take it off, which is the big part, culture of African women wearing beads around their waist. So
She had any Instagram? Or
yeah, she's on her thing.
She's
right?
waving.
She's waving. Yeah, Ayele.
What up, Ayele?
Yeah, hey, put your Instagram on there so people can follow you.
Yeah.
She
And
got
then
any
also
for men?
shout out to Yao V man for always calling in.
Yes.
And then he got a Yao Kicks shoe
Yao
business
Kicks,
so he sells shoes. So if you're looking for anything, he's the go-to guy. Yao Kicks.
Yep.
And shout out to Foreign Citizen.
Yes.
Go on to the website.
Certified. We got
Go to the website
certified.
and check out their shirts.
Yes,
And
sir.
shout out to Bleu.
Yes.
And
Bleu Apparel.
Bleu Apparel. And then that's, I guess, all the shout out that I have.
Oh, shout out.
Real quick.
Merci à vous tous qui nous suivez.
Ah oh.
Don't forget about Big shout out to C.
Shout out to C.
Yeah.
Hair's growing. Shout out to C.
Yeah,
man.
hair growing. It's
Organic.
Organic. It smells really good. And then I want to do a quick shout out to Glow Creation.
There you go.
Glow Creation. If you need decoration for your wedding, anniversary, whatever it is, like Glow Creation here in Omaha,
Yeah.
she'll take care of you.
Yeah. I mean, I use it for the baptism of my daughter, and that's perfect. Go check her out. She's on Facebook. Go check her stuff, and she's really good.
Yeah, support your own. Yeah, support your own. Yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you guys. Yeah, and that's a wrap. Let's show sponsored by
Nobody.
So we need some sponsor guys. Thank you for tuning in.
Let's go 3. 1, 2, 3.
Alex. All right.
Good.
All right, we good.
Good.